Hey YouTube, what's going on everybody? Everybody what's popping? East New York's finest, hosted by yours truly, Mike. I was today with a friendly, competitive person at one of my thrift shops. Goes by the name of Anthony. Cool guy. We pretty get along, and there's nothing wrong with competition. Sometimes competition is just healthy. Sometimes competition is annoyingly disrespectful. Then sometimes it's fun and it's a competitive market, and you can still get stuff and not get everything, and vice versa, but everybody still come across happy what they get, and they look out for each other, and that's what happened. So that was pretty cool. Today I was on my motorcycle earlier, and I had a friend come through, um, and timing and everything could have been more perfect. I picked up a lot of toys, a whole shopping cart full of stuff. Everything cost me just around buck 10, maybe like buck 20, something like that. $125 or something. It was a lot of stuff. Then the more of us toy guys was there and taking stuff out the carts. The one person didn't get something, so they went back and they complained up front, being a-holes, whatever. Anyway, we got stuff, and the Neanderthal that was dry snitching didn't get anything. It is what it is. I mean, I do understand in a way that, okay, you know what, make it fair for everybody. Let the guy put the stuff up on the shelves, then you can grab. I get that. I mean, I do get that, but you know what I mean. So, with that basically being said, first place I hit up today was Second Avenue, and then from there I went to one of my other thrift shops right next to it, like literally 3 minutes away, and that's where I was lucky enough to get a couple of toys, and more stuff came out, and more and more and more. I had to leave. Then I came back a little later on with another friend, and we hit the same two places that I hit up early this morning. I didn't go back to Watch Hong though, because like the prices are crazy there, and I didn't know if they was gonna come out with anything worth me even driving that further down. So we decided to take that further ride down to the Elizabeth location. Wasn't really much there. I did get some stuff there, but wasn't crazy. So this is what I got at Second Avenue. And I did. I think I overpaid for the mass majority of these. Definitely, but sometimes most of the time you're supposed to go there to get them, but sometimes you go there and get got. And I did get a couple of toys too. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. It's gonna be probably a 30-minute or more video, and I'm gonna show you guys what I did get today in that video. So please stay tuned to that. Please like, comment, share, and the more people do that, the more I'll be inclined to do some really decent giveaways. I don't want to do it yet because I just feel like me being a pioneer of YouTube. I don't think I get the recognition, the love, and stuff that I deserve. So I said it. So anyhow, I got these 3 Genesis games and 1 NES game. I don't know why, but I wasn't paying attention, and I picked up 2 Lion King games. Pretty sure they both work. This one looks a little better than this one, so I'm gonna get rid of this one and keep this one. So that's going to my collection. So this way I know where it's at. That was actually they both were $6.99. I mean, $5.99. Being at today, being at their purple tags, and today was 33% off of yellow tags and 50% off of green tags. Every couple of days or so, they switch tag colors. So today was basically full price at $6. I do think, I mean, $6 is not bad if you're at a convention or if you're at a gaming store or somewhere where they sell games and electronics. Then I think that's kind of like a immediate price for somebody who's just selling a game. I don't know if these games are basic at 10, but $6 is like, and I got 2 copies. Wasn't paying attention. Then this one here is a Latin for the Genesis, and whenever you get one, you always want to get the other. because they're both I'm about to say they're both Aladdin games. They're both Disney games. I don't know why this person put and or kept their name on the Genesis game. This person definitely didn't want nobody being able to claim their game. Trying to see if I can get this off. I think Aladdin goes for a couple dollars more than Lion King, or it could be vice versa. I don't know. I did get them for my collection, but still no. Even when I get stuff for me, I still don't really like overpaying. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, well, on eBay it's going for this and that." It gets to the point where everybody just goes by eBay's guide. I go by eBay's guide when it comes to common sense knowledge that okay, because you get people that sell stuff way more than what eBay sells stuff for, and I get that and I understand it because eBay is just basically a search engine. I don't myself consider eBay to be like Beckett or not like that, but I do use their pricing tools again to get a more common knowledge on what something's going for, because a lot of people use that format. A lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of stores and places that even if you're selling stuff to them, they go by eBay. And if you sell stuff in the flea markets and somebody's looking to ask you how much, they go by eBay. And if you're looking to buy and sell, you go by eBay. And somehow I'm screwing this up. But it still looks a lot better than having this person's damn name is Bill, and whatever. So I did get the mass majority of it off, and it doesn't look bad. So that came off. Now I just got to work on the price sticker in the back. So yeah. Got this stuff early morning. I got a Captain America. He's more like a Marvel Legend Captain America. I don't remember if he was 12 inches or 10, but it was a really cool Captain America. I think it was like $3.99 or something like that, so I grabbed that. That was the first thing That was the first thing I grabbed, but it wasn't the first thing I got. The first thing I got was these 4 games. The games I just mentioned. So Aladdin and Lion King I'll be keeping. The other copy of Lion King I'll turn around and resell it. And then, of course, Konami. The original NES, aka Nintendo 64, the original Nintendo, Russian Attack. So it's Rush in Attack, not Russian Attack. But like, hey, you're Rush in. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense what I just said, but I think you guys get it. Like pork in beans, kind of, not porking beans. So I don't like their stickers. I think the sticker prices they use are very antagonistic, very sticky. And a lot of it, depending on what the surface is, they don't come off easy. So we got that here. This is going to be re-put back out for sale. And these I got late in the evening. Picked up these 4 Game Boy Advance games. I don't think I'm keeping any of them, but they were only $2.49 each. So basically, I paid $10 for 4 games, 4 Game Boy Advance games. They were $4.99 each. 50% off for $4.99 is $2.49. So we got M&M's Blast. I mean, it wasn't the greatest game. Funny thing is, can I actually get back what I paid for it? Sometimes when you get a good deal on stuff, you buy stuff and you kind of like, I don't know if this game is worth it. Then you got Hey Arnold for the Hey Arnold the movie also for the Game Boy Advance. This is another game that was $4.99. What I'm starting to think is I'm thinking because of the COVID, I'm thinking a lot of GameStops just started to close, and I personally think that they are donating stuff as a great tax write-off to help them out. And a lot of these thrift shops are getting this stuff that they're donating. Then you have a game called Matchbox. Air, Land, and Space Rescue Emergency Response. I looked up the gameplay. It wasn't for me. This was a game I was contemplating on keeping, but what I do is I look up gameplay. But again, I could have did that in the store and I didn't have to buy any of these. But I brought them because I figured at $2.50 each, I should definitely be able to sell all four of them for even at $15. I'm gaining. I mean, I'm gaining $5, but still in all. But you know, like what I do is I accumulate a lot of stuff. Then here you have Nicktoons Freeze Frame Frenzy. That was also $2.99. So again, $2.49. Excuse me. They all $4.99 each, and half of that is $2.49 a game. So instead of them basically being $20, they wind up being 10, half of what everything was. So at $10, I could sell all four of them for 15 and make a $5 profit. So got that here. None of those are worth me keeping. I don't want. I just bought them. I just got them to buy them to try to make a couple bucks off of them. All right. Now moving on. Later on that day, like I said, I went back to Second Avenue twice. I went back in the later afternoon. First place, me and Tony hit up when he came to pick me up. After I literally 30 minutes. No, not even 20 minutes after my boy Vinny. He got hit before I did. When he dropped my stuff off because I was on motorcycles, there was no way I could carry everything. So he was cool enough. I mean, I hooked him up with gas money, but that's the least I can do. And I got a lot of stuff in the basement. And with everything I got with Tony later on in the afternoon to the evening when we came back, because we came back just around 7-ish. And got some stuff too. Some toys, different toys and stuff I got all day yesterday, or today, yesterday. So this is what I came with from one of the places. One of the places they had this just sitting there, and I asked how much. And I wanted to make sure I get it because I didn't want them to individually price the stuff, which they would have did, because somebody would have figured out that hey, these games don't go for this handheld. This handheld probably would have went out for like $50 or more. Each game would have went out somewhere between, especially the Pokemon and the Mario game, there'd been probably somewhere between $14.99 and plus each. Some of the other games would have probably been like $4 or $5.99. So everything would have went up to more anyway. And one of the ladies asked me, what are you willing to pay? And she said, well, I'm gonna put it out for 100. 100 was great for it. But when she asked me, I was like, well, $60. And she was like, nah, not 60. So they was saying, all right, how about 85? And I said, nah. And then we went from that. And the final thing, because I didn't want to push my luck and have her say, I'm going to wait for so-and-so or whatever. Just come back tomorrow or whenever you want to come back or something like that. I don't want to blow it because I knew all this stuff individually went out. So we worked the deal out, and she said $75 for everything. And I was like, so I saw the yellow Game Boy Color. I need a yellow Game Boy Color. Unfortunately, this Game Boy Color, like I think the purple or whatever color I have, they both work, but the speakers don't work. So I have to figure out how to fix that or take them somewhere to be repaired. It shouldn't cost that much to have a speaker repaired for these systems. If so, I'll learn how to do it myself, but I do have to still pick up the hardware to be able to open these up and figure out how to resolder or do it myself. But it does work. The screen is very, very clean and good, and so is the system. And it is yellow, and I don't have a yellow Game Boy Color. So regardless of the fact, they sell for around $50 sold on eBay. But since I'm keeping it, I will consider it a full $50. I'm not gonna look at it like, okay, well I'll do 30. I would say 35 on it because I know I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it. So I'm valuing it at the $50. So that's basically $25 more to go at what I paid for everything. Again, everything cost me $75. Everything in this bag and this Game Boy Color. And this is after I got all that craziness today from the other thrift shop. So I'm going to basically count out how many games were in here. One game is doesn't make no sense. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. Damn. 18 games. Wow. Out of 18 games, let's see how many of them are Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, etc., that I got just from here. They're more dominantly Game Boy Advance games. So when I saw the Game Boy Advance games, I just automatically assumed. Then I also heard this morning that where I got the other 4 games I mentioned, the Eminem Blast and the other 3 games. I heard there was a lot of Pokemon and other stuff this morning at that location, which is funny because I was gonna go there, but being that I followed my boy Vinny to Watch Hong, because I was curious, so I was like, I'll go. And then from there, he met me home. He still, this kid drives so crazy. He made it to my house in his car, in his little SUV, quicker than I made it home. And I mean, I had to even though I had to stop for gas, he still made it to my house, quicker than I did, and I was on a motorcycle. Crazy. But he did have a couple minute head start anyway, because I didn't automatically leave the parking lot. But anyhow, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Game Boy Advance games, and we got 9, 12 because 3 are Game Boy Color games. Then 1 is a Pokemon pinball game. Some Moby Go Marvel Squad crap thing. It's a game, it still counts. And well, actually 4 Game Boy Color games and 2, technically, I mean 3, but technically 2 Pokemon original Game Boy games. So since I got these in my hand, this is definitely a knockoff. I know that from the gate. Yellow version Pokemon, because first of all, it's not on a Nintendo Game Boy cartridge. It just says game, so I'm not too sure if this is an original that somebody, I don't know. I just know that this is definitely not an original game. But it is Pokemon Yellow version, but it's supposed to be yellow. Then here we have, for the Game Boy, we have Pokemon Blue version. Squirtle. And of course, we got Pokemon Gold. And you want to hear something funny? These games saved Nintendo from going bankrupt. In 1997-ish, around 96, 97, you had a company called 4Kids Entertainment, which is the American version of Nintendo. They were doing they did all the Pokemon and stuff, and Pokemon became so popular here that the Pokemon games and the whole Pokemon franchise helped Nintendo from going bankrupt, because Nintendo was going bankrupt in 96. Crazy, right? It's amazing. And then of course you got these Game Boy Color games. This is Game Boy Color Pokemon Crystal version. Speaking of that, this is actually $25 to $30 games sold on eBay. And Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Blue are $20 plus on eBay. So I will rate, being that they're high in demand, I will rate these two at 20 each, making it 40. So 40 plus the 50 for the Game Boy Color, that's already $90. Pokemon Crystal sells from anywhere from $20 to $30. I see fair. So again, at $90 right there, and then 25 on this, that will make $110 out of 75 that I spent, because I paid 75 for everything. So these 3 Pokemon games and the Game Boy Game Boy Color. It would have been badass if this was the Pokemon edition, but it doesn't matter. It works perfectly, other than the fact that it needs a speaker. So again, 50 for that, because I'm keeping it, so it's valued at 50, so I'm keeping it at collective value at $50. And then those Pokemon Blue and Gold are $20 each, so 50 and 20 is 70 and 20 is 90, and then 90 and 25 for Crystal Pokemon version Crystal, is 115. So $115 right there. This I'm not rating it because I'm not sure if it's bootleg and or if somebody just wanted to. I don't know. Whatever the hell is. I just consider this nothing. Now these games ain't really worth the pot to piss in. Lego Racers for the Game Boy Color. I would probably rate that. I mean, I don't know. Then you got All Stars Baseball 2001 from Acclaim Sports, and then you have Pro Darts for the Game Boy Color as well. I would probably rate the three of these games at like $8 on a high end for all of them, or do a bundle. I mean, they're not worth anything, at least in my eyes. Well, again, but it was part of the system. So then, of course, the Pokemon pinball game. It does have the cover. I forgot to look and see what this sells for. But I do love pinball, and I know I have this with the battery actually. So I'll rate this at least $10. I'll say $15 for this thing. So 15 and 115 is 30. So $130 right there. Then moving on, I still got these 9 games. I could sell these 9 games for $1 each and make that $9 and still make a profit. Because like I said, I paid $75 for everything. And there's 9 games here. Going to the first one, you got Yu-Gi-Oh! Deadliest Something. I know that's like a $7+ game. Not keeping it, but it is a game that's worth more than $7, so that's going in my good pile. Then you have a game called Payback for the Game Boy Advance. This is like around a $7-8 game. It's like a generic version of Grand Theft Auto. Still, that's a question mark. Then you got Virtual Kasparov game for the Game Boy. This is actually a chess game. I love chess, so that I will be keeping that. I have no value for it other than playing it. So, yeah, that's a keeper. Then we have Mario Tennis Power Tour. That's a keeper. Mario game. So that's going on. That's going on with the chess game. NBA Jam 2002. I actually remember playing this game for a week and beating it from GameStop right off of Tilden and Flatbush Avenue in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. And I actually used to like this game because I love, just like everybody else, I love the NBA series. So that's a keeper. Now you got Monster Trucks. I'm not really into that stuff. This is like a $7 to $8 game, but it's not a keeper. So that goes into my we'll get rid of pile. Then you have this Nickelodeon's Rocket Power Dream Scheme. Another six to $8 game. Not a keeper for me. And of course you got Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. If I don't have this will go in my collection. Obviously, it's Mario. Then last but not least, you got Knicks Unite. Pretty decent game, not my cup of tea. So that's definitely going to be sold. That's another $6 or $7 game. So, got this pile here. This I'm just holding on to just to get some more info on that bootleg, whatever game. This is like insignificant. I'll probably throw that away. This Yu-Gi-Oh game and Payback. I mean, they're decent games. I'll put them with the rest of the crap. Make some money off of that. At least try to get. I mean, if I can get 25 for all those, including the Lion King game, that'd be great. Because it'll be like I paid $50 for this stuff that I mentioned I'm gonna keep. Other than that, man, that's about it, y'all. Yeah, that's it. Peace.